Welcome! In today's episode I make a fiberglass cowling from scratch, and all that in just one video. I sliced styrofoam into blocks slightly bigger than the cowling that I want to make. I glued the pieces with instant glue. I used this glue a lot through the entire build. I used a template to mark the shape. Then I cut the foam away with a knife. It was quite satisfying to carve it. I mark where the cowling needs to stay the widest. Comes out to be around the cylinders and the exhaust. I used knife and sandpaper to get the rest of the shape. I probably forgot to press record so I don't have a video, but that's how it looks when done shaping. Time for some fiberglass layup. I use epoxy resin in this entire build. Don't try to use polyester or vinyl ester resin, those will likely melt the foam. I applied 2 to 3 layers of the bidirectional cloth. Number of layers depends on the thickness of the cloth you are using. You can always make a sample layup before you start in order to understand how strong it is. Worst case, you can sand the piece and add some more cloth to make it stronger. Or you can sand material away if it came out too heavy. Time to make the cooling inlets. I use router to cut into the cowling. Make sure to wear a proper mask. Fiberglass dust is very itchy for your skin and bad for your lungs. Most modern epoxies don't have a strong odor, but believe me, they do release toxic fumes, so you should always have your mask handy when working with composites. I switch to a rounding bit on the router. This will give me round and even radius around the opening. Now I can actually see how much worse I was at capturing the scenes. As of today, I am almost done building the entire plane, so if you are interested in more content like this, please feel free to visit the channel. Next, I cut the foam away with a knife. I try to not come too close to the radius. Before the cut, I scooped the foam away from the inside, but not all the way. If you wonder what kind of foam to use, I can tell you that dense construction foam works just perfect. I do the rest of the shaping with a file. And again, time for fiberglass layup. Interesting fact about fiberglass or carbon fiber is that using small overlapping pieces is as strong as one big piece. One big piece is obviously less bumpy, however sometimes it is not so easy to do the job with one piece. This case is a perfect example. If you are new to epoxy, I can give you some tips. Epoxy is usually mixed in a ratio of around 2 to 1 resin to hardener ratio. On a hot day you shouldn't mix too much at once because epoxy is an exothermic reaction which releases heat. If you mix a big batch, epoxy can even catch on fire. When it comes to work time with each mix, it will depend on the type of hardener used. There are usually slow, medium and fast hardeners. Slow hardener gives around 1 hour of pot life and fast hardener around 20 minutes before it becomes jelly and impossible to work with. Also make sure to always roughen the surfaces for good adhesion. Cooling inlets are almost ready. They will need some sanding to become smooth, but that's later. I used Dremel to trim the inlets from the inside. As you can see, I scooped the rest of the foam out. I marked the parting lines and I proceed with the cut. I leave some segments uncut so the two halves stay in alignment when I glue the tabs. I run duct tape just on the edge of the cut line. Epoxy doesn't stick to duct tape, allowing me to separate the halves later. I'm applying 3 to 4 layers of fiberglass to build enough thickness for a strong tab. Usually RC planes have the cowling in one piece, and every time there is a need to service the engine, the propeller has to come off. With the split cowling, I'll be able to unscrew a couple of screws and get the upper half of the cowling off. This is how it looks after finishing the cut and separating the two halves. The top doesn't look too neat yet, it needs a trim. The engine fits pretty tight, just as planned. The exhaust holes are ugly for now. I had to guess the locations, but I'm not worried. Fiberglass is easy to fix. Time to make the firewall. I used Home Depot grade 1/4 inch birch plywood. I tacked the plywood into the upper half with a few spots of instant glue. The duct tape is there to make a separation. I also run a bead of instant glue in the corner. Fiberglass doesn't like to be broken at sharp angles. Gradual turn makes it stronger. If you watched my other episodes, you would already know that when there is a sharp turn, I usually build a radius with epoxy mixed with cotton fiber. Just to mention, it is a good practice to cut the cloth before the glue session. Sharp scissors are perfect to cut the fiberglass. I let it to cure and I separate it. I also add tabs to the front of the cowling. I am using a single layer of fiberglass which I laid on a piece of plastic some other day. I use instant glue just in a few spots to get it in place. I make sure the epoxy goes into the gaps. You can fully see when the glue gets all the way behind the tab. I also add a single layer of fiberglass or more if needed. Time to fix the firewall. I trim the tab first. I mark the reference line. I mix epoxy with cotton fiber. This is the structural glue I was talking about. It becomes very hard and strong after it cures. Keep in mind that the engine should have some offset angles to mitigate the left turning tendencies. You can add those angles by skewing the firewall or by shimming the engine. Usually 2 to 3 degrees right and up is enough. Notice how I left some spots dry so I could use instant glue to lock the piece in place after I set it in. After the radius is built, time to lay some more cloth. And if you wonder about the cutouts in the firewall, Those will become cooling channels for the hot air to exit the cowling. Also important to note how everything that gets glued is sanded rough and cleaned before the glue. This was a long glue session on both sides of the firewall, so I will just shut up so you can enjoy watching. Finally, engine and generator get mounted. I'm trying to turn the brushless motor into onboard generator, so my batteries stay charged during the long flights. I mixed JB Weld to set the hard points for the cowling screws. I used spruce from regular 2x4. After about 20 minutes, I can remove the clamps. It is pretty easy to locate the tabs by seeing the dark glue. I use smaller bit to pre-drill for the claws of the T-nut, otherwise it might split the wood. Finally, primer and paint time. If you enjoyed the video, I invite you to watch some more of the Composite series on my channel. That's all for today, and more coming soon.